And we start out with a zombie trying to kill me. Anyway, so I did make a video, but it ended up having sound issues again. It turns out that whenever my phone restarts, it just shuts off the setting. So that was kind of frustrating. So that will also be included in the deleted scenes category, among with the other previous one. But instead of just doing it, so then I leak out the videos individually, I'll just put the playlist in the description every time. And then I could just say that, hey, there's some new content for the deleted scenes, if there ever is any, which I'm trying to limit that. But anyways, we are back again. Hopefully not going to die right away. And what I was doing in the deleted scenes, number 2, was excavating, but I was talking about a lot of stuff too. But apparently the audio just decided not to work, which is frustrating. And my armor broke, so I'm going to equip this leather chest plate from the previous video, the deleted scenes, that is. And I think I might do a thing where I record a bunch of these videos ahead of time, so I can just upload them on schedules instead of just doing it, you know, just booking it and seeing what happens. Oh yeah, I also made a chest. Just, if you see anything out of the ordinary, go watch the deleted scenes videos. I'm not going to repeat everything because it's frustrating. It is extremely frustrating when this happens. It's not really anyone's fault, but it just happens. Anyway, I'm going to go back to mining in a second. Just putting away some resources. Oh wait, I should also add some more structure to the building I'm making, which is my house. Now that was audio recorded, while everything else pretty much wasn't. But I'm not gonna let that be a big deal, because everyone has mistakes when recording, when making videos, and some of the things I talked about in the videos I can just repeat again and just talk about it, but it's just frustrating when that happens. But anyway, basically one thing I talked about was sand logic and how, you know, how it is with like red sand and all that. It was pretty interesting to me because, like, with red sand, you don't really construct it with sand and with dye as you would probably expect. It's kind of like birchwood and oakwood. You don't really craft anything to make it different. It spawns naturally somewhere else, and you can only obtain it through one of 2 ways. So obviously the main way, which is getting it naturally, and then the other way, which is probably through the wandering trader. At least I've seen only the red sandstone through the wandering trader. In fact, that is the only person I have not seen yet. Not only person, that was one of the mobs I have not seen yet in this entire playthrough, is the wandering traveler, or whatever the frick it's called. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's just unfortunate how he has not come up by yet. But I am broke anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Here. I'm gonna put this in there, and I'm gonna put some stuff away too, like that and that. Oh, man. In the last video, literally I kept getting sneak attacked, or however you say that, just constantly. It was absolutely terrible. I got snuck up upon by like everything. So funny. But yeah, I'm gonna continue excavating and bring up some stuff while I'm doing this. So it's just kind of fun doing that. Oh wait, I gotta do this. I'll put that there. I don't really need food constantly, because I'm gonna need the dead bushes too. So one thing I did want to talk about was the Easter event today. Not Easter, the April Fool's event today that Minecraft did. So basically they did the same thing that they did all the way back in 2020, where they did infinite portals. So to explain that and exactly what it is that basically it's like kind of like a random generator with blocks and mobs in it, and other features too, like the day cycle and all that. It was pretty interesting. So basically, like, you would have like a land, say like full of birch, like oh, what the frick is called, birchwood everywhere, and it'd be like the ground or something, and then you have like like TNT trees, stuff like that, but kind of not like that. It's kind of hard to explain. I guess an instance I can name of is where some dimensions spawn geometrical shapes, like giant cubes or giant like spheres. Man, it's insane. I think they brought that back, but I don't know what exactly that they brought back because I haven't really played it yet, but I think it's only for today that the update's available. There's that, and then also with the previous ones, they're pretty funny too. One of them was a fake like a fake store that they had where where like you had to buy stuff from it, and I think part of that was also that you can lock chests or something. It was absolutely hilarious. And then another one was where where everyone's skin, I think it was only on PC, was changed to a villager temporarily, and this whole thing had a connection with the animators from Element Animation Studios or whatever that is called. Their channel is awesome. I used to watch their stuff all the time. I still do every now and then, but and then they had another thing where I think it was in 2016, where they added like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like VR or something, but like fake VR, or like it was something like that. It was like 3D Minecraft in Minecraft 3D. It was funny, man. Also, with projects I wanted to mention in the deleted scenes was that I wanted to build a massive like sheep farm, as well as some kind of fake restaurant thing. Oh, was that Enderman? Oh, like a, not like a fake restaurant, but like a restaurant, but like it doesn't actually operate. You know what I mean? Also, one thing I did a lot too, one thing I did talk about a lot was my past with Minecraft, my experience with it, how it all was, and I'll keep talking about it as time goes by. It's interesting to me, but it sucks that I couldn't record at the right time though, because it just went out, just didn't even work. But I'm planning on making more of these types of videos where I do mining while talking about just really anything. Like it could be about it could be all about like politics, or about Minecraft or other games like Fallout or Call of Duty, my opinions on it, stuff like that, or just life, because I want to document all that stuff. That's the whole purpose of the channel, is to document things that I go through or have experienced, and also gaming too. I want to see how this world grows as the time goes by and how I grow. I don't know, just a huge part of me wants to see, how it's all gonna go, because ever since I was really young, I used to think about doing YouTube, and I've actually attempted it a few times, but I've been usually so busy I haven't been able to do it. But with this one, I think I want to actually try to manage it, make something out of it, make it work, and not like make like a job out of it, just like like oh, it's my life type of thing. I don't expect to make money or anything, just like it's like a kind of like a hobby or something like that. It'd be so cool to document my life as I'm getting older. I wish I could have done it sooner, as that's something a lot of people I talk to have mentioned before, where they wish that they could live through the memories that they once had. Same thing with me. Like, even though I'm not that old yet, I wish I can go back to the old days of Minecraft, where you used to not be able to stack food or cakes or doors, or the time where there wasn't any netherite, there wasn't any emeralds, there wasn't, the villagers, you couldn't even trade with them yet, they were just useless. The times where you can name items, not name items, the times you can enchant items with sharpness 5, and not sharpness 5, was sharpness 5 a thing? I don't know, but like the times where you can enchant items, like you can enchant dirt with like knockback 2, and it'll be the most overpowered thing ever. Or back in the day where I sound like a boomer. Okay, I'll just say back then, like a few years ago, where literally you can add like knockback 1,000 to tools, but then they change the limits and your game doesn't crash. Then again, on servers they allow that, but you have to have a plugin for that, so that kind of sucks. But it's whatever, it's servers. I just wish that there was a version that I can go back to on like specifically for this. Now, I know on PC you can do that. You can just switch your version. It's pretty easy. That's how they do that for like mods and stuff. You can go to like 1 point, 12 point, whatever, and then play that version with the mods. But like, I'm talking about like on console. Like, I think on 360 you can do it. You can also change the time on your 360. You don't have to follow the one that's said for your location, your time zone. But I really do want to at some point experience the old tutorial world again, where you literally just like, you know, the ancient tutorial world on the Xbox 360, like the first one I ever made, where there wasn't any elytras, there was no shields, there was no like most of these mobs didn't even exist. There was no stupid phantoms, there was no realistic fishing. Not realistic fishing. There was no realistic fish where it would be its own mob. I mean, it's pretty cool, I will say, but I just want to live my nostalgia through every now and then. But even though I can't be in that version anymore, playing through this new version still reminds me of it. It's amazing to play through it again. Alright, well, while talking deep, I gotta also pay attention to me losing all these shovels. I almost called them hammers. Don't know why I almost called them hammers. Yeah, all this sand I got, most of it was from, like I said, that one video, the one that decided not to record anything, or sound at least. How much sand is in here? Okay. I'm gonna store the cactus here for now. I want to make like a massive cactus field. It's gonna be so cool. I mean, it's not as cool as it sounds, but still. Man, about old Minecraft, with the ancient YouTubers that used to, well, not really ancient, it's like a decade ago, probably less than that, but still, with ancient YouTubers I've known, such as Stampy Longnose or Longhead, whatever the frick you say it, and then with like people like Ballistic Squid and Elfurly, like I used to watch all of them. It was awesome. Or people like Captain Sparkles, you know, Dan, TDM, watching mod playthroughs with Sky Does Minecraft as well. I may be missing some, but I'm not some. But I, as I said, there's so many of them. I can't list out all of them. There's Beijing Canadian also. He was epic. There is also what was his name? I know his name, but I know who he is. I just forgot his name. He's like dang it. He has like a girlfriend, but they like broke up or something. But they're still like playing together. I forgot his name though. But him too. He also was a huge mod person. He was the one that I think brought huge popularity to the mutant mobs mod, with like the mutant creeper, the mutant skeleton, and all that kind of crap. You know, with like I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about, but it was massively popular. Here, I'm probably gonna go to bed this night, so then I can actually continue this. Look at this. Look at this area. If you want to see the full excavation, check out the deleted scenes, as always. I'm gonna also shovel all that later. Oh, and speaking of YouTubers, Dream, the biggest one currently. He's impressive. He's seriously impressive. Big dude, pretty cool. Deals with a lot of drama, more than I would expect. But it's not his fault. It's just I don't know. It's just people. You know, I'm not gonna say anyone. Just people just don't like him sometimes. I don't have a problem with him personally. I think he's chill. But I do have high hopes for people like him to carry the legacy of Minecraft, which he is. Him, George Not Found, you know, people like that. I don't know all of their names. There's Technoblade, I know that. They're all pretty cool. They're all pretty chill. I don't know, just people to look up to how to treat people, you know, how to see the world, stuff like that. It's kind of deep, but you know, it's still kind of crazy that as time went by, you see just the fade in some of these people. You know, I mean, you see some of these people fade away. There we go, English. Like with Stampy, you know, he still posts and everything is awesome, but I just wish that people would go back to him again and see his content. But man, it sucks. I love Stampy. He's awesome. He did have an appearance in Minecraft Story Mode along with Captain Sparkles and Dan, and I believe this what was his name? Big V Stats also. He's also pretty cool. There's a lot of these dudes I love that post content. RGA Gaming, Donnie Bobes, they're amazing modders, and server owners too. They used to prank people all the time, but they just kind of prank people on their servers, I think. I don't know, I haven't watched them in a while, but man, I don't know, just a lot of famous YouTubers I used to and still do love too. There are some who have fallen either because of something I can't mention, or they are feeling burnt out, or they have had changes in their life, you know, getting more family, or, you know, having to deal with some problems in their life. But I don't know, I hope that I would never have to deal with something like that, at least nothing bad, but like changing with family would be probably the best thing for me. You know, ganging a family member, having that experience, something like that. I wouldn't want to go out in the bad way, but can't always be sure that everything's going to go 100% perfect. That's a life lesson that I learned a long time ago, and that a lot of you probably know. I don't know. Anyway, I do love the new set of YouTubers too. The new Minecraft gods, as some people say. I don't know. It's cool. It's awesome how there's more people that are taking the place of those who once held that. That there's still hope for Minecraft continuing as long as I would want it to, as long as we all would want it to. That there's more people to stand there for us and make more content that's Minecraft related. People like, you know, IBX Toy Cat, he's awesome. Like he not only makes the game interesting, but he also adds like a funny political way of doing things too. Like like his server experiments is so cool. I haven't been in one yet, but if I ever have time and if he ever does them again, I'll try to join them. But I don't know if I'll be able to record on Xbox though. I mean, I can, but I won't be able to voice over, so at least not yet. But I don't even know if I'm going to want to do that. But anyway, he's a guy I look up to as well, because he also does updates. He looks up at marketplace things like maps and all that kind of stuff. And I believe he uploaded his world a month ago or so, something like that. And I don't have it, but one of my family members got it. It was impressive. It was awesome. I want to do something like that, like where I upload one of my massive worlds so that I can access it on any platform I need to do it on. That's able to have it, because, you know, it's only Bedrock where you can do stuff like that. But yeah, he's amazing, just as, you know, as the others too. You know, they all put serious effort into their content with thumbnails, content quality, all that, you know, including people. You know, people like Dream, they become so big because they're so nice. You know, they're so famous for, you know, being so good at the game too. And, you know, it's a good person. He's a good dude. Just like how the other YouTubers were during their huge amount of time. God, I just can't talk right sometimes. I just have those moments where I just can't speak right. Anyway, Dream's fan base is awesome too. It's not anything bad. I won't really comment about it, but it's nothing bad. He knows what he's doing. He's trying his hardest to make amazing content. Whether people like it or not, it doesn't really matter to me, because, you know, people can have their preference of opinion as long as they don't attack him, you know, like doxing and crap, or anyone else for that matter, because that's when stuff gets real. But if you have your own preference of opinion and you want to talk about it, it's more than okay to talk about anything like that, because honestly, silencing an opinion is pretty bad. But Dream understands that. He respects people's opinions just like the other Minecraft YouTubers, at least that I know of so far. And I just hope for the best for this dude, honestly. Like, I hope he continues for as long as he can, possibly another decade, kind of like the others, or at least throughout the rest of this decade, because it's pretty cool to see these people grow as time goes by. And then, well, I hope it doesn't end up the same way as last time, but then again, I'm not sure. Man, it sucks. to see people you love like that have to die down so quickly because of something that's either tragic or unpreventable. Just any form of downfall is not preventable. Eventually, one day, everything will end. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Nothing is immune to downfall. And that's what sucks the most about reality. Big corporations, too. Those have pretty big downfalls, like the paper pals, the paper plates. Toys R Us for a time before they decided that they were going to come back because they got bought by another company. And that is true. You can look that up. I think companies like Hexbug aren't probably as big as they used to be, and probably have or are dying. I'm not sure though. I'll check that later. And then you have companies like Silly Bands or whatever those are called that you never hear from anymore, or like old consoles like the 360, the GameCube, the NES, the PlayStation 1 and stuff that are just dead. They're just gone because it's not only outdated, but like no one cares about it anymore. I mean, that part's probably not true, but still, like, there's not enough people to care about it to where they would even want to make something like that. And if they did replicate it again, they'd probably not give it the same features as the previous one had. Like, they want to make it as bad as the other one, or however they would say it was. But then again, I don't really know exactly, but that's just what corporations would probably do. Because, like, they're still going to keep improving, and they're still going to keep improving their consoles. They're not going to make anything from the past. They're probably going to keep them like storage. It's going to be like a collector's item, kind of. I don't know, it's pretty cool. But anyway, everything does fall one day, and it sucks. It's terrible. Like, this game did have its fall for a long time. Even when it did fall, I was still there playing this game, because this game, Minecraft, has always been something I've been with since I was really young. Since I was in, I think, 3rd grade. It was, so that was about, let me do math here, 8-9 years ago. Insane. More than half of my life, I've been playing this game. Man, I still can't believe that. And I just hope that this game lasts as long as the developers expect it to. They want to make it last 100 or so years. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it'd be so cool to see that. To see how big Minecraft will eventually become when I am about 50 years old. Probably retired, I hope. Probably having a decent job or something. I don't know. But as I get older, I will always look back on these videos and be like, yo, this is how I was when I was a kid. Whether they end up being cringy, I don't really care, or funny, it doesn't really matter to me, as long as I can reflect back on these, see how badly or how goodly's not a word, goodly I've improved. Well, now it is. Whether that is through gaming, how I feel about life, experience, all those factors are going to be recorded here, if possible. And I'm not going to record everything, because some stuff is private in life that I'm not going to record. Probably just only while I'm gaming. But I probably will do a thing where if something is too private or mentioned, like too privately mentioned in a video, then I will probably take it down or not even post it. Or it'll be in the deleted scenes. It just depends on the quality and what's said. Like with the muted videos, I'm probably never going to watch those, but I'm just keeping those on there so I can, I don't know, just look back on that one day in case I ever want to. It's the internet. You can store like anything there. There's almost like not infinite storage, but like a huge amount of storage in the YouTube servers. That's probably upgraded like every single day. Because the amount of server places that they have to store these things in is probably like a huge, massive number, probably in the hundreds. Then again, I don't exactly know because I don't know where YouTube stores their crap at. But man, I do hope for the best for my future, your guys' future, as well as this game and the other games I play. I hope that with this virus ending, at some point soon probably, that we pick up the pace in a positive way. That there is some kind of change in all of us that will affect us in the best way possible. Man, this is deep. Playing Minecraft, this is deep. There's probably like gonna be no one listening, but it's fine. don't care. I like recording my feelings on here, talking about what's happening with life and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to live through this time period and play games like these that you just grew up with, and they keep growing up with you as well. They keep changing, and either if it's good or bad, you still fight through that. Like, some people didn't like the combat update, but they dealt with it either by like sticking around, you know, seeing what the next updates were, or playing the old update and never changing, which either way is fine as long as that person is happy. Oh, that's not, we just died. Oh, okay. Well, man, it's just what makes me happy is seeing people happy with what they do and what they like. It's awesome to see how things will go from there for everyone. But what I don't like is people bashing each other on opinions or what they see in the world, unless it's something where it's like brutally insane. Not insane as in like, you know, like what you might be thinking, but like as insane as like that's a bad idea, you know, like, okay, then again, I'm just contradicting myself, but still, like, I mean, like ideas that wouldn't make any sense, that are illogical, like in a bad way, like killing certain people or something like that is just terrible. You don't do that stuff. Oh my god. Okay, well, there we go. Once again, get sneak attacked, but then I'm fine because I actually can be aware this time. Anyways, let's go off to a better subject. So, with Minecraft, I want to do a thing too where I have like a whole field similar to Stampy's, and I thank people who I've watched, even if they never met me before, or I thank people who have influenced my life, including family, you know, friends, YouTubers, even if they're not Minecraft related, like Roblox YouTubers, like for a time, Albert stuff before he became Flamingo was a big, huge influence. Like, if you didn't know already, my whole avatar, if I haven't changed it already, was based off of him, based off of like a fan of him. But I want to do a thing where I have my own avatar or something like that, you know, be original, have something cool. He definitely was a huge influence to how I felt about life, that you can't take everything seriously, or at least don't try to, because then it just becomes like, it just ruins everything. If everything's too just stale, everything's too serious, everyone takes everything seriously, it's not good. But then at the same time, it's like, if you're super unserious about things, then what's really important? Like, how do you know if something's important? It's a blend. You need a blend between I said the three. You need a blend between the two, to where times where it's important to be serious and times where it's not okay to not be serious. So like if you're at a funeral, you don't disrespect the person who's dead, or you're not supposed to say anything unless you're requested to say something, stuff like that. Like unless they're like, actually, no, you know what, no, I don't think there's really any exception. At least I'm not going to state an exception, because I don't really know if it's even morally right or not. Yes! And if you were wondering what I was going to say like Hitler or something like that. But then again, he's like, even though he was absolute garbage, he still is a person. As much as I would hate someone like that, he's still a person. I mean, that doesn't justify anything that he did, but he's still evil, is what I'm saying. He just, I don't know how to explain it in a way that wouldn't trigger anyone, but still. Anyway, I don't know how these subjects get so dark so quickly, but it's so funny. It's not funny, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's funny how dark they get, is what I mean by that. But I'm not the type of person to be super dark about everything, but I'm the type of person to be like, usually okay with whatever joke is thrown at me, or thrown at anyone else, just as long as both parties are okay with it. Then again, it depends on the degree of the joke. It just depends, really. Everything depends. It depends on the seriousness, depends on how the other person's inflicted, how deep it means. So like racism, you know, that stuff's usually never okay. But like I said, it just depends. I'm not like one to be like, oh, this is okay, oh, this is not okay. So it's kind of hard. You have to be, I don't know, like if the other person's okay with it, this is what I'm gonna say. If the other person is okay with it, then it's probably fine. Wait, why am I mind? Whatever. So like if it's like a racist joke or something like that, then if the other person is okay with it, then it's not a big deal, unless you're directing to a group of people. I think, and there's like a bunch of people who are offended, then that's when it's never okay. Or if it's just one person that's offended, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not like a specialist on this stuff. I don't exactly know. Whoa, okay. I don't exactly know what's okay and what's not, and what's exactly like a perfect idea, because there's such a huge gray area with every single subject, every single argument that you can make, that it's like there's essentially infinite amount of decisions and beliefs that people can have. It's like it's impossible to satisfy someone when it comes to something that big. The idea of an option that's so infinite is insane. Like, as an example, you can place down a piece of sand anywhere on this map, but if you think about it, this map is infinite, so therefore there's infinite choices, which is one piece of sand. So with a belief, you can be like, oh, this is racist, but this isn't. And then someone else could be like, oh, well, this isn't, but this is. And then so on. It's kind of like that, except there's more pieces of sand and there's more blocks and there's more places to put them. it's just so varied. It is so insane. It's like all these ideas of humanity, all these rules that people have, all these ideas of logic and how something can and can't be mental. But then there's simple things like, like a certain subject where being a bit too friendly with a kid is never okay. Stuff like that is an obvious answer. Like, it's never okay to be incredibly friendly, if you know what I'm saying. But there's certain things I can't say or I'll say. I will get struck with stuff. But I don't want to reach sensitive subjects, so they're gonna end up. If I'm gonna end up being punished or something like that. So at least certain types of subjects. But what I'm saying is that with choices so big and with situations with so many options, it is impossible to satisfy a singular person. Well, almost any singular person. Depends on the belief of the person. Kind of like religion. There's so many religions out there that it's impossible for a singular defined religion for humanity. It is insane. I don't know. That's the stuff I think about all the time. It's deep. It's pretty hard to understand in some places, but not in some places with some people. Like I said, it just depends on how you see things, how you see people, how you see, ideas. It's opinionated, and opinions are obviously accepted, as I've said, but as I mentioned earlier, it depends on the degree of the opinion. If it's like, like beating someone to death, that's like insane. But if it's like I said, I'm not like a exact 100% type of agreement, but I was saying like with most initiations of violence, it's never okay most of the time, unless your kid or something is being like harassed by someone physically, and you have to stop them at that moment. Stuff like that. Nothing like just going up and shooting someone, unless it's, I don't know. There are certain situations where it's okay, and there's certain ones where it's not. Kind of like lying. If you're lying to help someone, it's not seen as okay, but technically, you could see it as morally okay to lie to save someone, but it depends. It depends on the situation. It depends on what you're lying for. It depends on who you're lying to protect. Everything just depends on something else. It's just bad. And it's not bad, but it's hard to understand. It's such a huge idea. And I think this is a theory. I have a theory where it's just an infinite amount of paradoxes within the choice, and an infinite amount of decisions within a paradox. No. Infinite amount of paradoxes with choices and decisions and ideas and thoughts. There's no singular answer for anything unless it's so simple that it can be easily defined. Like something as complex as color, like explaining that to someone who's blind. Like how do you do that? Like explaining ideas that don't make sense to other people, that are so complex that they might not understand, or that are so simplistic that it might be complex to someone else, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's insane how broad everything is. There's never a specific answer to certain people. There's never a specific demand unless it is meant to be really clear and just not vague. Anything that is too vague will never be able to be obviously identified, and no one will be able to have the understanding that one other person might have. You can say this with religion, you know, if you don't read the Bible, you won't understand this reference. Or if you look at, if you're like a professor, I don't know why that's happening, but if you're like a professor who studies English and you mention a word that someone else doesn't understand, they can assume anything out of it, if they don't understand how context clues work, stuff like that. Oh, man. I might not be exactly right about everything. Obviously, no one is. But I do have so many ideas of how certain concepts could work, how some of these things function. Yeah, it's just insane. Man, just the idea of infinity can never be solved. Like, you can never know the limit of any conversation, like the reaction of every single person, how every single outcome can go. There's billions, trillions, there's septillions, there's, with every single word you say, every single sentence stated, every single situation created, there are billions of possible outcomes, possible beliefs, possible just anything. Like, anything can happen if it's possible, if it makes sense, if it's a law, a law could be broken. Something could be proven every single minute that society is going by. Like with Minecraft, like there could be a single update and it could change literally anything. The possibilities are endless. If the developers decide to freaking add toilets, they can add toilets. If they decide to remove birch wood and replace it with like apple wood or something, then apple seed wood, then they can freaking do that. Like, it's insane. There are so many possibilities that can happen every single second. We just haven't had good ones, like with the COVID virus, with the ship being stuck at the at the Mediterranean or whatever, between that and here somewhere. I don't know, freaking I don't remember. I don't know everything, but and then the weird reaction with people wanting to be put back as a joke is so funny. Like, stuff like that is never entirely predicted. You wouldn't expect these things. It's one of the billions of reactions that was played out because of society, because all these ideas were put together. I mean, it's a pretty simple idea, but still, all these thoughts were put together, and it was made to one agreement, one possibility out of the possible billions that are still able to be made. It's like this. It's like this game. It's like in Minecraft, where every single block I mine can be mined in a different order. It can be mined with a different tool. It can be mined with my bare hands, just me sitting here. Or I can just be mining without saying anything for 20 minutes or to an hour, whatever the length this video is. It could just be me just being awkward, like I probably am right now to whoever's watching this. Man, the possibilities are just insane. To everything, as I've been saying for the last however long now, since I've been talking about this. It's just, that's an addiction I have, is solving infinity. What does it really mean? What's behind all of this? What makes sense out of this? And how to make it make more sense to everyone. And by doing that, by explaining infinity, you have to make everyone understand how every single, just even the tiniest movement can cause a major change in history. That's why shows with any type of future travel, like Back to the Future and everything like that, talk about how, you know, a slight change, just any slight thing in the world can make something largely different. Like just I'd say any show, or pretty much any movie too, unless they have some different time theory, would basically go over the fact that if you were to step on a butterfly, it would change how human evolution works. Or if you were to talk to your past self, it would cease you from existence, which I guess kind of makes sense. I don't know. I have to dig more into physics to understand that, but there's just so many possibilities. Every single second, every single minute, anything can happen. This whole world could end as we know it. YouTube could shut down forever. The internet could cease to exist. And that's just one out of several possibilities that's just out there that we can all witness. It is just insane. Like, right now, Among Us could become the Monopoly game for whatever reason. Or Fortnite could come back, and it would be a nightmare because there's still 10-year-olds playing the game. Or Minecraft can grow so big that it controls a massive part of the economy. Stuff like that. Like, I guess a good way of explaining this also is with parallel dimensions, universes that differ from one another. Marvel and DC do a good job at explaining this too in their comics and their not. I think in their shows too. I haven't really watched them yet, but man, it's insane. It like just the idea of infinity can never be understood by anyone. I don't even think non-humans could understand them. Like, it just, if you're from, I don't know how to explain. I'm pretty sure that any single thing that's living can't really comprehend infinity, even if they claim to know how it works, how the science behind it works, how we even are sentient enough to understand this, to if we can even make something out of this. Like with YouTubers, every single YouTuber could have made a different name or different content or a different style of how they do things, or they could do a different type of Let's Play or something just entirely different. Like, man, like IBX Toy Cat could have been a Roblox YouTuber, or Flamingo could have been, okay, there's Jetpack, or Flamingo could have been a Minecraft YouTuber who also does Fortnite or something like that. Like, this whole entire reality is one of the billions of possibilities out there. One of these several types that exist. I just don't know why I'm so excited about this. It's just the whole idea of infinity is just so amusing. It's like, hey, you know, this can happen if this happens, or this can happen if this is caused by this. It's like that with any political belief, any decision, any single comment section too. Like, a comment section can trigger any reaction. You can literally say literally anything political or just something downright random, and people will respond in a certain way to whatever is said. It could be highly contradictory, it could be highly, offensive, it could be a joke, it could be just anything really, and you might expect the worst or the best out of it, or just nothing at all. Some people don't respond, which is, again, a huge choice. Does doing nothing really improve anything? If you just sit there and do nothing, will nothing happen? Or will something happen? If you just sit there at home and, like, literally sit there with the absence of doing anything, just blankly, just sitting there, doing nothing, absolutely nothing, not even moving, breathing, obviously, but, like, would that still change the outcome of something in your life? Probably, because people will be worried why you're sitting there doing absolutely nothing without any type of movement except breathing. You'll look kind of weird, but the answer is probably yes. Even if you do nothing, even the best thing is seen as doing nothing, not literally entirely nothing. Like, for example, if you get in like controversy online, you do nothing, that doesn't really look so good on you. Like with Call Me Carson, he did absolutely nothing to fight against the stupid freaking allegations. I mean, they might not be stupid. I take that back, because I don't know if they're entirely true or not, and I can't say if they are or aren't, and so on. Anyway, with the Call Me Carson thing, he never responded. So it's like, if you do this to yourself, people are going to believe it's true. So the truth is that doing nothing is still something. You can't just stop time. You can't stop decision making. It never leaves you, even when you're young, even before you understand how all this works. It's still with you the second you are put into existence. The idea of choice, the whole decision, every single decision you make is always going to inflict something. I meant, not infect. You're not going to get a virus from freaking walking. That was just cringe. So yes, so we are talking pretty deeply today. This is going to be like a 50-minute long episode of me just talking about paradoxes and YouTubers that I love. But, man, it's still insane. I love talking about this. I could continue talking about this somewhere. I don't know if anyone really cares or not, though. But I think I could become a physics professor if I studied it enough. But it's insanely hard, and it's mathy, so I kind of don't want to do it. But then again, having the idea of all these theories and piecing it together sounds pretty cool. Like the string theory, that was pretty interesting. Or like I think it's the bacon one too. I forgot what that one is. That one's probably not a theory though. It's like no, it is a theory. It's like how things line up. I don't know how to explain it right. I don't think I can explain it right. It's like seven. It's like how things match up in like 7 ways or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was taught it a long time ago. I forgot what it's called. It was something about it had the bacon title in it. It was like I learned about it in science a while back. It was such a long time ago. But anyway, it would be so cool to be able to sit down and talk to someone about this stuff. Oh my god, I'm talking so fast. I'm talking over myself. That's a problem too. When I get excited about talking about this kind of stuff, I do that sometimes. Just some of my friends who I have tried to talk to about this stuff don't either understand or don't believe in the same things that I see. But of course, as I said earlier, opinions, and those matter to me too. If no one cares, then no one cares. And if someone does, then they do. It's simple as that. And if they don't, then suck it up. And if they do, then suck it up. It's just life. You're going to have people who deny you, who accept you, who mysteriously deny you and mysteriously accept you for whatever reason that they have. I don't know why that is popping up, but I forgot to turn off notifications. I did that in my other video, but I guess I forgot to do this one. But man, I just love talking about stuff like this, where I actually can understand what's happening and understand, certain properties of life that others might not see or might not, understand themselves. But at the same time, I might just be the total idiot in the wrong. But then again, it's just insane to see how everything works in this world, or how I see how it works in the world, because not everyone sees the same thing. Not everyone's going to see rainbows in the darkness. Not everyone's going to see, fish swimming in the air. Not everyone's going to see weird crap like that, or just anything in general. Like, you could be literally blind and not see anything, but that was cringe. Anyway, you get my point. Like, as long as you believe in something, keep believing in it. As long as it's nothing like crazily insane, as I mentioned earlier, like a opinion that literally no one will agree with, that is classified by society as something terrible. Not like things that are considered psychotic, like as in actually psychotic, not like, sexual beliefs. That's not psychotic unless it's predatory, or messed up in that kind of way. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word, but still, unless your belief is disgusting by society's terms in most ways, and like the good ways, not as in, oh, he's using a pineapple, that's offensive to my culture, not in that way, but like, you get my point. I'm trying to be as... Wait, what the frick? Oh, I got poisoned. Oh, no. While I was vibing out here, I got poisoned, and I'm almost dead. Okay, there we go. Yes, my first redstone piece. Anyway, as I'm saying this, what was I freaking talking about? Oh my god, man. Why? Okay. So, trying to stay neutral is almost impossible, because I don't want people to take me out of context or take me in a way that's seen as offensive, as if I'm trying to gatekeep, or whatever the frick it's called, gaslighting, whatever that is, well, just all that freaking crap, or enabling, I don't know, just all this freaking crap I've heard before. But I never want to try to be that person. If I say something ignorant or something like that, I don't intend to be that way. I do want to learn a lot of things in my life, and that I see from people and others too. I don't want to be that person shrouded in ignorance all the time. At least, with most cases. If it's like about what you and your dog do at night, I'm not gonna care about that. But like, if it's like something that's actually important, like, what's happening with society, with races and religion and culture and gaming, stuff like that I care about. Or just like, I don't know, just big stuff like that I care about. But you get my point. It's hard to stay neutral in a situation without someone believing that you're either insane or just hating you because why not, or hating you for a specific reason, for just any specific reason that they see. Someone could just not like you because they want to, and that's fine. Same thing with the other way around. If someone could just like you because they want to, they just like you. It's confusing, but that's how it works. That's how society works. That's how all humans work when it comes to belief, when it comes to what they see in someone. Like with me, I have a lot of reasons to love the people who I love, to love my family, to love YouTubers, to love certain influencers, to not love, certain people who do absolutely stupid things, but I prefer not to be toxic and and downgrade them because I don't like them. You know, that's, even though it's opinion, it's not necessary right now, because there's not a reason to hate on these people when they're just living their own life right now. I don't know. I'm trying to not sound like I hate people, because I don't hate anyone. I'm not that type of person to have a grudge against people for a long time, or just really for more than a month. I'm not a person who is unforgiving either. It's hard for me to stay mad at someone for a long time unless they have done things that are unforgettable. But then again, I'm not going to really talk about those people unless I have to come across that. But anyways, back to normal conversation. We can just bring this back down to Minecraft. So then, if there's anyone even still listening, if there even was anyone to begin with, can level with me back to normalcy, so they don't have to hear about scientific theories or how, or like if they think I'm insane or not. Anyway, so a structure I want to build in Minecraft is a laboratory. I want to build a science lab, make it similar to like a chemistry lab or something, to where I can place a bunch of brewing stands and make it seem as if it's like a huge like laboratory. Build like a telescope. I think it's a telescope. Yeah, a telescope is a huge thing that you look at the stars with. Astronomy. Astronomy is epic. I love astronomy. Geology is cool. Biology is awesome. Chemistry. Sorry, excuse me. Chemistry is epic. I mean, it's epic without the math part. So basically, not much of chemistry is epic unless you know how to do the math and the formulas. But man, that's a tiring. But it's still something I need to learn, and I respect the teachers who teach me it. You know, as they try their best to teach me and the kids who are in the classes. And I clearly need an English professor because I keep stuttering. So, oh my god. Yeah, I know there's certain issues like that can't really be helped. It's not really an issue. I mean, it can be helped too, probably, but oh my god, I'm making it sound worse than it actually is. But man, off of excavating all this crap, I've been talking so deep about theories and people and just all this craziness. It's insane. I love doing this. Even if I'm talking to no one, it still feels like I can vent freely without there being anything to stop me. Like, this can actually help me mentally, you know, feel better about life. Even if it's at its worst times, where it's like, you know, I feel like I have no one to talk to, but that's not entirely true. I have people in my life who I can talk to about literally anything. It's just like, I don't know, I just want to talk about this stuff to people out there too, like to bring my ideas out to people. Even if it's just like a small group of people, it's honestly not a bad thing. It shouldn't be a bad thing, and it's not. Expressing ideas, beliefs, you know, all the full 9 yards. It's awesome. Even if it's just one dang, I messed that up. Even if it's just one person listening, it's still enough to satisfy me. Even if I just stick around with just 5 subscribers for like 10 years, it's not a big deal. The point of this whole channel is still to document everything that I want to document, not just to spread things or any of that stuff. But yeah. Oh man, I've gone through how many shovels now? Like 20? Man, if this doesn't get big enough at some point in my life, if it even gets close to there, it'd be kind of funny if someone did a shovel count to see how many tools I went through. You got like a total tool count about how many of these freaking shovels I wasted. Dang, but it's been a lot, I can tell, because I'm almost out of sticks. Oh no, I'm not. I have 55. I'm fine. But man, I'm getting pretty hyped about all this stuff. Like I used to post stuff on Instagram about Minecraft all the time. I used to do mining montages. I believe I mentioned that before. And I wanted to do building montages where it was just me building but sped up. I don't want to do it with YouTube. I want it to be able to take time and make this pretty cool. You know, so then people can hear me out while watching me play or watching me mine or something like that. I don't know, there's a lot of people who are into that, but those who are can gladly be able to watch this. And those who like hearing, you know, the things I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. It would be pretty awesome to have someone here. I mean, there is probably like a few people here, but not many. As I'm mostly probably going to be seen as that one kid who just talks a lot, which is true, but I've accepted that. I'm a very social person. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's not necessarily bad to express yourself in ways like this. But as long as you're happy about what you're doing, you know, even if that means talking a lot and, I don't know, not being liked by everyone, but as long as you're happy with what you're doing, it shouldn't be a big deal. Don't take that out of context. If you're killing people, that's still bad. Don't do that. Or if you're hurting someone anyway. I'm probably gonna end this video. It's probably like an hour long. God. Here, let me check. Yeah, it's probably like an hour, 10 minutes long. Me just vibing the whole time. I'll do multiple parts. I'll film those probably pretty soon. I'm excited to do this again. I love this. I want to make this like a passion of mine to continue to grow. Hopefully, that I can keep expanding on this and interest people more. You know, bring more light to possible ideas. You know, that people can have. You know, like I said, the idea that infinity can never be defined, which is probably already an idea, but still. You know, stuff like that heavily excites people is just awesome. Anyways, I'm just a guy playing on his phone. I'll see you later. Oh my god, this is gonna destroy my storage.